Here we go, everybody. Da-da-da. Rangers talk today. Dun, dun, dun. Are we ready to discuss it? Everybody dance. Ooh, clap your hands, clap your hands. Cyriel dancers is utter pesh. Dun, dun, dun. Cyriel dancers, everybody. How's everybody doing? Sunday morning, even though it's afternoon. A lot of things to look forward to today. British Grand Prix. Um, I'll probably do a live stream over on Fog Football while that's on. So if people care about a 2-for-1 job, you can go check that out over there. But yeah, late night, extremely tired, but we're here to bring you Rangers news because looks like Cyriel Dessers is on his way. Is on his way. It's going to happen today. Looks like he's going to pack everybody, so I'm going to wait for a few people to get in. The you know, who will finish best of the Brits are in a wet Silverstone? Well, I don't know, but we're here. 8 people in, right? Get your comments in, get your likes smashed, and whatever. As the get your likes smashed as the Tash is going here on the 7th of July, everybody. Right, so Cyriel Dessers. I want to see. There's a 28% likelihood of him moving to Pack the other day. There's Jeffrey. The heart, in the heart, in the heart, my fanny. So yeah, Rangers accept multiple offers. We'll look a wee bit into that. And for all the Celtic fans that will no doubt be joining this stream, check out Fog Football later because there'll be a stream covering everything. As of right now, it's Rangers. But right, Cyriel Dessers, yes, transfer market. So, what's his current value sitting at? He scored in a game yesterday. 4.5 million. His value's at. His value slumped to 4 million in December. No wonder that's when he literally wasn't getting started. Well, 5 million sounds crazy, everybody, but that's what the rumour is. And I have to go with the rumour. So Rangers accept multiple deals, obviously Pack. That's happened. Now, the Hitman looks set to miss Rangers' pre-season trip to Holland on Monday. Now, he was in attendance at pre-season Aken High. Now, interest in hiking in his signature. Rangers don't want him to get injured in the Dutch summer cap. So, well, the fee is understood to be in excess of what 4.5 at Rangers paid, which means obviously more. So people are suggesting, that this it's actually there's talk here of 6 million, and I've put 5 because I thought it was 5, but I mean 6. I mean, I think that's good business, man. So there's a Greek bid, that's Pack. Spain and France have also got clubs interested in him. I tell you what, there's a lot of clubs interested in the guy, which I'm not really. I mean, the Spain and France ones, like who? I'd be intrigued to know who's coming in from who. Tweet. Right. What else is happening here? So with Cyriel Dessers, we'll put up for a wee poll. Should we sell? I think everybody is in agreement. Should we sell Cyriel? Most people would want Cyriel Dessers at the door for nothing. See the fact that we could be making profit on Dessers and Lammers. Like compare this to like the start of last season. Not good whatsoever. Not good. Where is Wright getting packed off to? Sheffield Wednesday. Looks like that's going to be the rumour there. That's the rumour that's happening. Now, this was actually yesterday. The Sheffield Wednesday boss came out and said this about Scott yesterday. So we'll get into his comments. Let me just find them. You have to scroll through a load of meaningless shit. So when he was quizzed directly on transfer rumours surrounding Wright and whether the deal was all but done, he said, "I will not speak about names because it makes no sense. This market goes so quick. We have an idea who we want to have, an idea who I want to play next season. We know we have to improve when we look back from last season. Then it's about finding the right pieces to make our squad stronger and stronger because we are very ambitious for the new season. End of quote. I'm seeing a lot of people, right, defending Scott Wright. Oh, Hampden, Scott Wright. He stepped up. He didn't bottle it. He made it 2-0 against Hearts in the Cup final 2 years ago. Is that what people are seriously, hanging on to? The fact that Scott Wright made it 2-0. What about all the other games we needed him to score goals? And his arse went. I don't see 2 years ago. He started a European final. See if he came up clutching that, right? Then I'd be saluting Scott Wright at home, wherever he's going. I'd be like, you know what, fucking club legend, won a European trophy, but no, he didn't. He made it 2-0 in a cup final that was pretty much already won at that point. Hearts piling bodies forward. He made it 2-0. And I'm actually seeing happy clappers defending Scott Wright like he's, a club legend when he's not. He's a diddy, man. He's a Rangers man. All good, right? Fantastic. But at the end of the day, I mean, come on, we need to accept that Scott Wright isn't happening. 5 million for Dessers. Where you hear that news, Stevie? Hope it's true. Looks like 6. That's what Ibrox News reporting it. Paok, Spain, and French clubs in for him. But our afternoon, Stevie, good afternoon. Dessers and Wright, get rid of the two of them. Absolutely right. So what was I check? I was going to check Scott Wright. So partly his market value is 1.2 million. Right, let's see here. 1.2 million. His highest market value was 2 million, everybody. When he was at Rangers, that was during the Europa League run. That's no real surprise there. He's just not very good. His contract runs out next year. Get rid of him, get a couple of 100,000 for him, add it to our transfer kitty, and I think that will do the job. Scott Wright, I don't really want to even talk about the guy anymore. He's just not good enough, right? Rangers man. He's played for his team. He scored a couple of crucial goals. Well, all right, crucial goals. I just buried him for what he did against Hearts. He scored a couple of good goals in his time, all right. But most part, it's been a flop. So much better players that we could have signed. I wish him well, but I'm not going to pretend that, him leaving's not a good thing, because it is a good thing. It's a very good thing. You compare him to like a Danny Armstrong, and Danny Armstrong shits over him, and Danny Armstrong's very average. And I think that sums up Scott Wright. Sell Dessers, he's not a good striker. We can't rely on him next season. If so, we're possibly screwed. Could be possibly screwed anyway, selling him or keeping him. But yeah, you see someone like Lewis Ferguson there, just seen a wee article. It's like, could have had him, but we didn't want it. J71 Prime says, give me the Rangers job. I'll be a great manager. Yeah, all the heat's kind of died down for Clement. The way the season ended, people not quite with pitchforks yet. It was a wee bit feisty for him, but we'll have to wait and see with Clement. I think Clement has got the excuse of the whole Ibrox debacle to fall back on. Not that I will accept that, but I think a lot of people might, and we'll have to wait and see with Philip Clement. But right, I'm going to try to find some other news here, because with Dessers and it's weird. That's a few windows in a row with sold strikers like that. Cholak went and Sakala went. Now it looks like Lammers and Dessers is leaving. Like, why can't we sign a striker that stays here for like 5 years and produces good numbers? Is it too much to ask? A bit of consistency? Apparently it is. So yeah. Let's see. Now, this is according to the Rangers Review via the Sunday Mail. Rangers manager Philip Clement sees the striker situation at Ibrox as a one-in, one-out position, meaning he will only sign another one if one can be moved on, opening the door to exits for the likes of Danilo or, more likely, Cyriel, Dessers. So, right. I hope this Humza Igamani guy is not the guy that is replacing Dessers, because that would be soul destroying. Just a lovely double decker. Double deckers are no bad. But just go pay the money for Miovski or Shetland Rangers. What are we waiting on, everybody? Come on. Stevie, imagine if England win this Euro thing, man. This would be unbearable. I don't want to take too much time talking about England, but fuck it, we will. See, at half time last night, they were drawing 0-0, right? It was as even as the first half could get, in my personal opinion. No team had a shot on target. Were England better from their previous couple of games? Yes. And the pundits were saying that people were fantastic, brilliant, excellent, words like that. And it's like England's first half against Switzerland was probably like our first half against Switzerland, the bare minimum. Like that's what it should be. Now, what you would say is, with it being England, and obviously they've got better players than us, maybe you'd expect a bit more from England. And that's it. Because if they go out in the quarters, they would have a worse tournament than us. Because that's just the way it goes. But the way Mika Richards, Lampard, and Rio Ferdinand were getting on was just absolutely Mayoski. That's the one you're looking for. It's just pathetic the way they were getting on. Like they were drawing 0-0. And then when they went 1-0 down, it's almost like if England get beat, the pundits would have had to have doubled down and be like, well, you know what? They stepped up in the first half, but the second half was a bit lacklustre. Because there was no real difference between England in the first and second half. Apart from, I think Switzerland were actually better. I thought Switzerland deserved to win. I do not know how many chances fell to Fidmer at the back post. If you had him in your fantasy team, or you had England, the co-host over on Fog Football, he had Switzerland to win and Mbolo to score 1-0. Fiver on that was like 35-1. And the defending for the Saka goal was horrendous. I had over corners in Switzerland to win, stuck 60 quid on it. The corners would have beat me, but the problem is, because England scored, obviously, I need Switzerland to win, right? If they didn't score, you've got about 15 minutes left where England are going to bombard the Switzerland defence. And I think I could have got my bet up if they defended that Saka shot. I think I could have got a few corners, or a decent cashier at least. But it is what it is. Shearer and Co were a faulting. Yeah, Alan Shearer. Pressure, lit pressure. Pressure is for tires. Fuck up. What's that? He honestly thought he was The Rock with that comment, man. The only thing in common he's got with The Rock is that he's got a baldy fucking dome. Everybody. But yeah, England will get knocked out. Obviously, they get to the final, right? And people will be bricking it, rightfully so, because no one wants England to win. And it's just like, yeah, obviously a finals one-off game, anything can happen. RFC 56 want to see us get some fringe players out as well, like Davies, Lawrence, Doyle, Wright, Matondo. Yes, I would like to see them get all those 5 out. J71 Prime, why are the Rangers shit? That's my question. You're going to have to, I don't know. I'm just sick of talking about Rangers being shite. It's a new season, but we still kind of have to talk about them being shite. This Ajax game, when is it? 13th? 13th, everybody. Hold on. Rangers friendly fixtures. Swiss should have won. That Saka goal. Why did they allow him all that space? He literally had so much time, passed it into the net. Exactly. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say this, but I think Saka cutting in on his left is one of the best footballers in the world. So to give him that, it's like what Robin used to do. You just don't give players like that fucking time. You don't. You just can't. And he literally passed it into the net. There was no velocity on it. It was just, the goalie's never getting to that, and it was piss poor defending. And you just can't afford to do it. At the end of the day, when does the first league game start? The 3rd of August, 12:30, Tynecastle Park. Be there, be square. Should be a fun game. Will be a fun game. Won't it? That'll be a very, very fun game. Very fun game, ladies and gentlemen. Less than a month to go now, right? So yeah, we play Ajax. It says we see who's the editor on the Rangers.co.uk, because it says the Ajax Rangers game's kicking off at 12 a.m. I mean, it's obviously 12 p.m. If we're not kicking off at midnight, it'll be one of those pathetic Rangers performances that will somehow get a result. Yeah, we're good. We're good against Hearts, so that is the saving grace. But you can't guarantee they'll turn up at the end of the day, right? So No tickets. So the 20th of July is when Rangers play Man United. 4 o'clock. Any tickets still floating about? Click here for Rangers section tickets. Just have a wee cheeky look here. I don't know, I might go to this. Fans are fickle. Ticketmaster. Nah, there's no Rangers tickets anymore. The game is sold out. 58 quid a pop, it looked like. Suddenly, everything opened up around him, giving him plenty of time to compose himself and pass it into the net. Criminal defending, giving that space away. Yeah, the Swiss deserve to go out for defending like that. It's you can't do that. You can't do that sort of defending. You really fucking can't. And the amount of chances that Fidmar missed, man, and other people, how many, like, I don't know. And then I was watching Sky Sports News now. I had a cup of tea, turned on the telly, and no, I can't remember the guy's name. He's like Raval Cavani, or not Raval Cavani, but it's like Kavanagh or something. Everyone will know who he is if you see his face, right? But he's like, it was a great performance last night for England against, I forgot the name of that team we were playing last night. No, maybe it was a lapse of concentration. Maybe, some people forget things. But to me, it just looked like blatant disrespect about Switzerland. And then they're like, forget about Switzerland. We put them out. We've got Holland up next. That's what the host said to him. It's like, what? No wonder they can't like England, right? No wonder no one wants them to do well. It's actually, it's fucking embarrassing is what it is. I just don't get it. And it's the same every tournament where, we kick off the tournament and 10 minutes into the coverage they're talking about England. I mean, Scotland against am I wrong to think that Scotland against Germany, there shouldn't even have been any coverage on England at all? I actually don't understand why. Like, I think if you're going to talk about England, why not talk about all the other big nations that are in it? There was like, no, it's just England. Do not get it. I honestly do it. Hell, if you want to preview like the next games, like the Mora or something, that would have been on the Saturday, go ahead. But it's just, take us back to 07 when they didn't qualify for the 2008 Euros. Croatia knocked them out 3-2 because that tournament must have been quality to watch. I can't really remember it, to be honest. It's a long time ago, but see the fact that they didn't make it to it, how great would that be, man? And they've been so close to going out. Slovakia, pretty much last kick of the game, and then against the Swiss. I know it wasn't last kick of the game against Switzerland, but I don't know. I thought they were out. I thought when Mbolo scored, that was it. I didn't expect them to get the job done. Yes, but we all know the first game of the season, we always defend like we not even get any centre back. If we don't win the league this season, I don't know how we're going to win, to be honest. The commentary people are England fans. Absolutely. They are. Because, I don't get though, why not, like when Scotland was playing, it was always like McFadden or McCoist, etc., with like an English pundit, like commentator, which, Clive Townsley, brilliant. I'm not going to complain about him. But I just don't find. And then some of the pundits they get, see. But then another thing I don't get, like Roy Keane, he's always won England games. He's Irish. He hates England, but he's always there. I don't get it. I actually do not get the Roy Keane gimmick, even though I like Roy Keane. They're crapping over Southgate, and then just because they scrape through, suddenly he's a tactical genius. Yeah. Well, yeah. You can't take it away from Southgate. He's made it to 2 semi-finals now, a final, a quarter-final. Compared to he's the best England manager. On paper, he's the best England manager they've had since 66, since they won it. But at the end of the day, I think if they had a half decent manager, they'd have won 1 or 2 tournaments. So, yeah, but they haven't, and we need to move on, don't we? Smell the glove. Thought you a lot love England, Stevie, king and country, and all that shite. Well, there you go. Smell the glove. Not everybody has the same mindset if you support a football team. No, there's a lot of people that will support England, but I think there's a lot of people, right, Rangers fans, that British, but they do prefer Scotland over England. There's a lot of people. It's definitely the minority of Rangers fans that would rather England. They support England over Scotland. I think it is. I'm not saying, and I say minority, I'm not talking about 3-4 people, by the way. All right, but it is all that. See here, even here in Belfast, I don't need to explain how people are British, but a lot of people hate England over here in tournaments and want them to get beat. Even, what I mean? So it's not just people who are British want England to do well. And it's not even a gimmick of the whole British thing, United Kingdom. I hate the way England are covered. I hate the way the pundits are. That's what it is for me, the arrogance. But what's happening with Shankland? Anybody know? I don't know what's happening with Shankland. I think if Shankland was going to happen, it would have happened. But it's not happening. It might happen. Far as getting ridiculous, like Denmark, Germany after the game, all the commentary people were talking Ange questions about the decision, and they just say peroxide, no, that's shite, and whatever. Peroxide? Was that Ray? Who was talking about peroxide? Was Ange? Mate. KFC governor. That's not really an Ange accent. Reel it in. Get the fishing rod in. How far do they take far? I don't know if I rate Arsene Wenger's new offside rules, by the way. I think that's too messy. Where if the attacker's foot, if the last part of his body is in front of the defender, it's offside, but if he's not, I don't like that. Well, good luck to King Billy's Orange Army on Wednesday. Yeah, King Billy's Orange Army. Got to get the job done. They've got to get the job done. They've got to beat England. I do not want to worry about a fucking final because they won't fuck up about it. But it's sitting. How great would the meltdown have been if Slovakia knocked them, even Switzerland knocked them out? It would have been on, especially the Slovakia game because it was so toxic. But then that prick Bellingham had to score that goal. Absolute arsehole he is, ruining most people's weekends. But right, well, so back to Rangers. I've talked enough about England. Holland, J71 Prime, because Turkey's definitely not King Billy's Orange Army, that's for sure. That is for sure. Right, Rangers. Now, hold on, yeah. I'm going to check Twitter, see if anything's up. We've got 50 viewers in the chat, everybody. What's that all about? That's brilliant. Super chats, gratefully appreciate it as well. Right, 17 minutes past 1. What do we make of Tony Cruz's comments, everybody? Tony Cruz. Tony Cruz. Right, we've got ads appearing everybody. Rangers. Hope England gets smashed in the semi-final. Yeah, see. Everybody hopes England gets smashed in the semi-final. The British Grand Prix build-up and drivers' parade. I'm looking forward to that. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Tony Cruz Cup. This is what he said. Germany is no longer hold on, restart that. Germany is no longer Germany is no longer the country it was 10 years ago due to mass migration. The issue of mass migration has come too uncontrolled. There are problems everywhere. It's too crowded. There's too much. He also mentioned that he'll be staying in Spain because he's afraid to let his daughter go out at 11 p.m. in a big German city. End of quote. That was on the Said DF podcast from Tony Cruz. Now, I think it's interesting, right? that he says that after he's retired. I mean, still fair play to him for saying it in a world where people are afraid to open their fucking mouths. But again, he's come out and said that, and you know, he's just getting bombarded with racist comments. Well, he's being called a racist, and it's the same. It's the same with Ferdinand last night, right? He tweeted like, "Oh, where's all the racists now?" Because like everyone that scored a penalty for England, right, was black or of black heritage, and like they're all. It wasn't him that said about reform, but about reform voters and shit like that. But it's like just because black players score penalties in a football game doesn't automatically mean that the border should be open to everybody and it should be completely uncontrolled, because that's just a ridiculous statement to make, right? And that goes for every country, man. That doesn't go for every white country, but I think that's seeing you look on Twitter, man. It would give you Twitter as a state. The world's a state. Tony Kroos. I mean, every major city in Europe, Tony Kroos knows what he's on about. And I was in Dublin a couple of days ago, man. That was an eye opener, everybody. Right. What else? Rangers news. Enough about Tony Kroos. Tony Kroos. Tony Kroos. Tony Kroos. Tony Kroos. Right, where's the Rangers news, everybody? Hugh Keevins? What's Hugh Keevins talking here about? I didn't dare spin Celtic triumph over Rangers the other way because this old city is built on prevention. Hugh Keevins getting stuck in there. What else is he talking? He's talking about Celtic stopping 10 in a row from set Rangers. I got a free tenner from Morrison's. Well done, J71 Prime. Wait, who's J71 Prime? So there you go, right? We're almost at the half an hour mark, everybody. What else is happening with Rangers, man? There's really no a lot. Don't listen to old Shug. He is a bit of a fud, isn't he? He's a fucking Shug. Right, where's the Rangers news I want to find out here? Right, Sheffield Wednesday, boom. Alex Lowry was playing in Rangers' 5-2 victory against Hamilton Accies yesterday. As Danilo must put Rangers' injury nightmare behind them to become the main man. Will he become the main man, though? I'm not too convinced. Have to wait and see in that regard, right? Yes, he is. Who have we signed as a defender? Because I'm not keeping an eye on the positions. In Salala. That's a defender. We signed John. Well, there never used to be any black players playing for Germany, Holland, Sweden, England. But look at it now. Modern life and migration has changed everything. Yes, it has. And you know what, Tony? I think it's so unfair on Tony Kroos to be labelled a racist for that. But you know, is what it is. Is what it is. You know, you look at Bukayo Saka is not English at all. Well, see, you know, I am of a. If you're born in the country, it's by paper, not by blood. You know what I mean? That is the reality. At the end of the day, and I think that's reality. I think that's just factual. People can try and spin it whatever way they want, but you know, it's in your blood. Here's a point, Tony, but in this PC world, as soon as you say anything, you get slaughtered. Absolutely, you do. Yes, David, that's pretty much. Well, I mean, Tony Kroos wasn't really on about that, but you know, Rio Ferdinand and a lot of left wing pundits were on about that. If any of us are the same, then why can see so confidently predict the winner of a 100-meter? Prince will be. Yeah, I mean the whole thing about being the same, it's just not. I noticed myself not enough houses for the Scots. Yeah, but I think Scotland's like 95% white, and Humsa when he's like white justice minister white, and it's like yeah, white country. You know what I mean? You always hear this about all the minorities. The minorities. There's only 8% of white people on Earth, so who's the real fucking minority? You know what I mean? Not where I work, Nate. Yeah, I know the NHS, but people are just. My rules would be the country you're born in, the nationality of your parents, and ended of that. No granny or resident pish. Yes, I agree. Um, I used to live in Manchester. It was hellish. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, unfortunately, the genie is at the bottle, and there's no way of reversing it now. Yeah, no, you're right. They're in. No, but it's funny how the argument, right, is about like it's racist. It's if it was white people from white countries coming here, it doesn't matter. Coming here and leeching off benefits, and you're letting murderers in that are white. I'd say the exact same thing, and I don't understand why people can't grasp that. Like there's a lot. I see people on Twitter. There's a lot of issues in Ireland with like Ukrainian asylum seekers, like men who are committing crime, and it's the exact same compared to something like a POC. I just do not understand that. How people think it's racist to not want unfettered people into your country. It just does. It fucking baffles me, man. It does. Reform came third, and 42% of Scotland want immigration reduced. Yeah, but it's like the SNP. They just want it increased so they can get fucking more votes that way. The SNP know the best way to independence is letting more foreigners in because they'll lean more to the left wing, and Labour's the exact same. Uh, you know what's crazy? The fact that in February last season it felt so good and then they just bottled it. It did. It did feel so good in February, didn't it? Absolutely went. You should be able to have a conversation about the issues without immediately being shouted down as a racist. It's too simplistic an argument to shut down debate. Exactly. See, no one, right? We're discussing this here on a live stream on YouTube, but see everybody else. Obviously, people want to talk about football. And I want to talk about football, but these are real life issues here. See, most people in the YouTube game, they would be shite scared to talk about this. But no, this guy, I'll fucking talk about it. Yeah, Alan, totally right, and it's the same here. See Sinn Féin, they've let Ireland's worse than fucking Dublin is near worse than London these days, and they've let them in so they can get a united Ireland. But what state's it going to be in? Holyrood 2026. I agree with SNP and Labour. Look into it and run. Here, I'd love to run, but you'd get shot down. We need more people in politics. You've got a platform. You've got your YouTube live stream. It takes courage. We need more houses. Yeah, but see if you spoke politically here on YouTube on the right side, this stream would be shut down immediately. Base Stevie, you should run. Holy fuck! Right, I'm joining political. You're a truth teller. Why not get into? I've already read that. I'll be happy to book a flight for Goldson and Taft to Saudi. I agree. Run on the Hollywood list. We'll do it. Nah, people would vote for a relatable working class male. You should run. Speak on the social issues, cultural protectionism, Glasgow. Stay on the side of public opinion. Look at the polling on public opinion on social issues. Is Goldson off? Dun 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 dun. Yeah, let's get back into the footballs. We can't. Yeah, we can't. I could talk about it all day, but you're right. The football. Start fog politics, Stevie. let's just say once upon a time there was a Fog channel, but you can't say anything. You can't see in terms of making money off it, man. It's you literally can't. And I'm not saying I do YouTube just to make money. I love doing this, but it's like, you know, see if you talk about Trump or anything like Farage, you're just labelled. It's actually fucking it's actually embarrassing. It's embarrassing, like, you know what I mean? It's embarrassing. Goldson and Tab need to be put out the door, especially Goldson. Nothing wrong with making money, Stevie. We're not commies here. No, there's nothing wrong. Money makes the world go round, all right? But when are we going to hear about Tab and Goldson? I don't know. I don't know when we're going to hear about Tab and Goldson. You can, but you'll go up against the corporate structures, which is a lonely place, but you've got the polling on your side. Look, the polling on the social issues. Saudi market opens on the 17th. 10 days then, everybody. AG, and a puff of wee. Tab and Goldson, there's nothing on them. There's nothing. There is nothing on them. Down. Let's get back to the football, as we can't change anything. And if you attempt to change anything, you'll get arrested and you'll get shut down. Good night. Dessers must leave or we'll be screwed next season again. But I love Cantwell. I just pray he doesn't leave. He's a good player. I don't care what people say. I want to see him next season. Oh, that's a controversial opinion there from DL2 Modder. Because Todd Cantwell, you want to see him. A lot of people want him at the door. His Instagram posts or whatever. How about Lammers? Don't really know about Lammers. Seems, Utrecht have pulled out the deal. He said Alkmaar want him though. Imagine the season starts and Tab and Goldson rock up. Well, the season starts in 6 days. We play Ajax. If they're in there, more. But then Dessers apparently isn't travelling. As DL2 Modder says, Dessers must leave. Will be screwed, right? I think Dessers will leave. That's why the stream is talking about him. As if he is leaving. Cantwell's an Instagram boy. He is. He's a diddy man. Goldson needs to go. He's a dreadful player. He is. Obviously, like I said with Dessers, if a few people don't travel, like Wright, Dessers, and if Tab and Goldson are part of that, then I think that'll definitely lean towards their goal. And I don't think if you don't go, or if you do go on this pre-season thing to Holland, it doesn't mean you're going to stay forever. But they need to go, everybody. All right. As for the news here, there's not really. The window's open, but there's not. It's been a bit. I don't know. I think this summer's been pretty clinically depressing all around. The weather's shite. The Euros fell flat on its arse. Some of the worst football you'll ever see. And we're just edging closer to the start of the season. As things stand, I fear the worst for the season ahead. Yep, a lot of people feel that way. Down. All right. So, terms of it, 3rd of August, Rangers, Hearts, boom, boom, boom. That'll be very interesting, that game. Which side will Lawrence Shankland sign up for? As Reece Bell says, sell Dessers, sign Shankland. Simple as. Exactly. And apparently, I've seen a lot of people talking on Twitter about Kenny McLean. That is getting done really soon. I really hope not. People are saying it's all but done. Let's find out here. Someone's saying Kenny McLean in, Dial Out is an upgrade, and I'll hear no different. Fuck, it is but let's not pretend that. Let's not pretend it's massive. Now, someone said if Kenny McLean signs, we can forget any title aspirations. I don't think Kenny McLean is the be-all and end-all of our title hopes. At the end of the day, But the Rangers review put up Kenny McLean could be the missing piece of the Rangers jigsaw. Well, then that must be a very small jigsaw puzzle. Is the Jerry Yates? Absolutely not. Can't stand the Rangers review. I think they're talking a lot of pish today. What else? Yeah, Kenny McLean. Rangers reportedly repairing a bid. Still on, but there's no actual bid in place. Baldy Bassey said on Twitter, Kenny McLean being signed potentially highlights what we already know, that Rangers are a club happy to finish second with the odd domestic cup. The board only cared about stopping that lot from doing the 10. Wake up and call the board out. I mean, is that an over-exaggeration about Kenny McLean? I don't think signing Kenny McLean means that the board wants to finish second. What I would say makes them want to finish second is like the refusal to like acknowledge areas in the team that's just not good enough. I look at our midfield, and yeah, the players are needed in there, right? But I think if we start, next season with like a midfield trio of like Diamande, Raskin, and Sterling, players like that, I don't think that midfield needs an incredible amount of work. The areas that need an incredible amount of work are the fullbacks, the wings, number 10, and up front. I actually think the centre of midfield is the one area of that pitch that if it didn't get changed, I would be all right with. So that's why I don't think if you lose Doyle and bring Kenny McLean in, that's going to kill our season. I don't see that logic. Like if you lose Dessers and the only striker we sign is like Humza Igamani, I agree with that. Right. As for centre backs, I think we need centre backs, definitely. But again, right back, 2 right backs. We need 2 right backs. On the topic of politics, I've got a mate. On topic of politics, I've got a mate in Japan. First time in decades that the crime rate has risen, and it just happens to so coincide with immigration reform for unskilled migrants. Can't be saying that. What do you mean? It's parallel with it? The numbers don't lie. Must be racism, brother, as Hulk Hogan would say. Shankland barely got a kick of the ball in the Euros. He's not been great lately. It's a shame what happened to him in the Euros. But as for Japan, all right, the numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? People just refuse to see it, and it's just politics. See the left. I know no people don't want to talk about politics, but see the left. They are willing to side with anyone to beat the right. Well, the right is not like that, and I think that is the difference in politics. The left will sell their country down the drain in order to get one up on the right. The right will not do that. We need 2 proven centre backs. Yeah, we do. Shankland barely got a kick because Clark is a muck. Yes, he is. I was happy to see him getting subbed on, but he nearly scored 2. Right. How much longer? I'm going to go to 50 minutes. Maybe 50 minutes. 50 minutes. I'll be live on Fog Football here. I'm fucking wrecked. Clark needs to go. Yuginari Sugawari from Ace at Altmar is a link right back. Fitting segue. Yes, is he Japanese then? Must be Japanese with a name like that. But soon the Japanese won't have a sounding name like that. If you know, you know. But yeah, Clark needs to go. Clark needs to go. But I can't want to forget about Scotland, to be honest. Rangers for next season. Belgium, Beale gone by Christmas. Could happen. Could definitely happen. Let's get on here. Somebody paying the big man a visit. Not a chance. Not a chance. Right. Going to end it in a minute here because I've got things to do. Everybody. It's been great this stream though. Real issues talked. Rangers. Country as well. Quite like the look of Adama Traore. Yeah, but where's that link went? Was that like a month ago, or were we talking about that in January? Because I feel like I've talked about him so much. It's no happened. Right. 50 people. That's where we're going to end this stream, everybody. Fog football here. About 3 o'clock, I'd say. Because that's when the F1's on. And I'll do a stream while that's on. So, yeah, should be a good British Grand Prix. Definitely better than the Euros, that is for sure. 4-way battle for the win. Think so. Links come and go so quick. Yep, so you want to see all Scottish football covered. Fog football, 3 o'clock. Be there. Be square. Till next time. Peace.